Sound speed.
Marker.
Action.
Check, check. Check 1, 2.
Son of a...
Sound speed. Action.
Hi everyone, this is Thomas from True Audio Presents. Thank you for joining me today. As you can tell, I'm not behind my desk and I've got an interesting thing on my body that we're going to talk about. This is called the ShoulderX from SuitX, and I have Mark Criscuolo from the company joining me here today to talk about it. How are you doing, sir?
Good, Thomas. How are you doing?
Good. You know, I've known you for a few years now, probably about 3 or 4, and I believe you said that this is version 3.
Version 3, yep, 3rd generation,
Awesome.
correct.
So I've seen a couple of the older generations as
You
well.
have.
Is that right?
That's
I think I
correct.
might have even seen the first one even.
You saw version 2 for sure
Version 2.
in an early prototype version of this device.
Beautiful. Well, I can tell you, nice work.
Thank you.
The improvements, even from version 2 to version 3, are incredible. This is more comfortable than ever before, and the range of motion seems to be improved from what it was before.
Correct.
Why don't you tell me a little bit more about SuitX and about the ShoulderX and what it's for?
So SuitX, we're based out of Embryville, California. We're one of the older exoskeleton companies. We've been around since 2016. Our first devices came out in 2016, so that's into our 3rd generation now. ShoulderX version 3, 7-pound device total weight. If you wear it correctly, all the weight is on your hips, so you really don't feel the weight on your body. It is a fully adjustable, one size fits all, or I like to say one size fits most, because in some cases someone's too big or too small to fit into the device. But in most cases we cover 95% of the population, so I can put it on you very quickly and adjust it to put it on myself.
You know, honestly, a lot of it is very similar to a K-Tech Stingray harness. So you still have your belt buckles where you tighten it around. You still have your chest harness where you put it on. You know, you stick it in almost like you're putting on a backpack, right?
That's correct, yep.
And then from there, you can, you know, tighten down your main straps that attach it to your body. And then from there, you know, you're basically taking off these wings. No, this is not a Justice League exoskeleton. This is to help us in what we do on set, but you're disconnecting those arms.
Yeah, we call that a stowaway feature, so you can stow it away when you're not using the arms.
So that one's stowed away. You can see that it doesn't flip around and hit me in the face, but this one is not stowed away, so I can bring it over and put my arm into it, and then it's as simple as flipping this switch right here to click engage it, and now I'm being resisted upon, which is what it's supposed to do.
So you have the maximum amount of support, which is 12 pounds. You can adjust each arm separately from 3 pounds being the lowest setting up to 12 pounds at the max setting. And you can have one arm at 12 and one arm at 6. It's whatever, you can tailor it to what you're trying to do for your job, basically.
I really like that because as a boom operator, you know, what I like to call my lead arm, let me engage this one. Okay, now this is engaged as well. And in fact, why don't you walk with me for a second, because I'm going to go over here and grab the boom pole while we're doing this. But, you know, we have basically an arm that I like to use for cueing, and then, you know, you have your lead arm, which is where the boom is, you know, coming forward. So, you know, what I liked was being able to increase the resistance on my lead arm, the one that's basically going to act as the fulcrum.
So what we did was, so you can adjust each arm, the angle of activation from as low as 60 degrees up to 120. So what we did was we rose your lead arm to 120 and left your back arm at 105. So you had one arm a little lower than the other when you're holding your boomstick up in the air. So you're able to fully adjust it to however you like to prefer holding your boomstick. You can adjust it to that angle of activation where you want it the most.
Very good, very good. And by the way, if you guys want to know right now, we're using Sanken CS3E with a Bumblebee wind killer on the end. And then we have the K-Tech Classic Pro boom poles as well. It's a very nice pole. I picked this pole because it is a little bit heavier, but it's mainly because of the length. This is about a 20-foot pole, and I can tell you right now, I don't really feel the weight. Like, you know, yes, I can feel the weight here because of the fulcrum. Like if I let go, the pole's gonna, you know, dip into the grass. But in terms of my arm, you know, it's just kind of sitting there. I literally feel like the pull isn't that heavy anymore. It's like a negative resistance. I think the easiest way I could describe it is if I was at the gym and I was using that assisted pull-up machine where I can't do pull-ups, but I can with that machine because it takes all the weight off of my body, and it's kind of like what's happening here.
That's correct.
Right? You used a special term for it. It wasn't active resistance, it's passive.
So yeah, so our exoskeletons are, so there's powered exoskeletons. Let's think of Iron Man, you know, a powered suit that gives you superhuman strength. This is a passive exoskeleton, meaning that it's fully mechanical. There's no power to it whatsoever. It uses coil springs in each arm, and the coil spring can be tightened or loosened to give you different strength settings or assist settings on the device. So it's called a passive exoskeleton for that reason.
And another feature that you added, which, you know, at first I didn't know if I was going to like, but now I do.
So that's brand new to us. That's called our NeckX.
The NeckX.
So you're able to attach that. You're able to attach that onto the ShoulderX, and it gives you just a chance to have a little break when you lean your head back and rest your neck.
You know, that helps, Nate, because come into me for a second and look at my face. You know, when we're booming, a lot of the times we're doing stuff like this, where we're like, you know, going like that, and you know, sometimes your neck kind of, this just feels good. I can just kind of rest it there. I know it might look a little funny, but I'll be honest, I'm pretty comfortable right now. This is not bad to be able to, you know, move around. You know, it just gives one more thing that I can rest, that I'm not having to keep tense all day.
Right, exactly.
You know?
So one of the biggest things that we added as a prototype, that the device you're wearing today, is we added some strapping that you're able to attach a bag to now. That was a lot of feedback from boom guys that I've met over my travels, and they said they had to have the ability to attach their sound bag to the device. So we have some basic prototype strapping that you're able to attach in four places on the bag, and wear it comfortably.
Absolutely. The people that are going to benefit from this are not just the boom operators that are out in the field that have to put their arms up and stay straight all day. We've also got sound mixers that are wearing bags all day that are having their spines condensed, and a lot of people, they'll be booming and mixing at the same time, so they're doing weird things, man. They're arching their back and overcompensating, and anybody that knows anything about fitness will know that if you're overcompensating with certain muscles, you're actually hurting other things in your body.
So besides the weight of the boom pole overhead, that bag obviously has weight to it. What would you say the average bag weighs?
Anywhere between, to be all fair, 15 to 50 pounds.
Yeah, so that weight that you're now carrying on there still gets transferred through the device. So it's all about transferring load. So that extra weight you're going to be carrying actually gets transferred down the spine of the ShoulderX, down the spine to your hips. Now you're transferring that load that would normally be on your shoulders, and you're putting it onto your hips. So
exactly.
So it's all about big core muscle groups doing the work instead of small muscle groups.
Yeah, and I can even tell people right now, like, this isn't like really tight to my body. Like, yes, it's formed to me, but it's not like squeezing me.
The only thing you wear tight is the waist belt.
Yes, exactly. So I feel very snug around my waist with the waist belt, and even this area over here, like the lumbar area, it feels like I'm in a really nice car, to be honest. Like, I feel supported, but I also feel like I can breathe, and that if I'm working on a nice hot day, that I'm not going to be sweating and getting that nasty, you know, sweat buildup underneath the straps.
That's correct.
So it's a very comfortable thing, and I really think people need to consider it a little bit more in our industry with how fast-paced everything is, and with how long they want these takes to go. Having something like a ShoulderX from SuitX is a great option.
So it could do two things for you. If you're a young boom operator, it can prolong your career much longer. If you're an older boom operator, it can continue your career much longer as well. You know, I've met many folks who've had shoulder injuries, shoulder surgeries, all kinds of things like that. This could help to prevent those injuries.
That is the biggest thing. I don't think a lot of people understand that this is not really a normal position for a human being to be in. It's just something that we have to do. And when you are reaching your arms out and twisting your body and doing I'm exaggerating my movements to make a point, but the idea is when you're doing all this kind of stuff all day, always reaching out, I didn't go out far enough, I need to reach even farther. You're putting wear and tear on your body, and I cannot tell you how many older guys are getting rotator cuff surgeries and things like that, just like you said, that maybe they wouldn't have had to if this existed back in the day.
Right, so these passive devices are designed to do two things, basically. One is to help to reduce fatigue in the body. So we're focusing on the shoulders in this case with this device, and it also helps to prevent injuries. Those are the two key focuses of the device and what it does for a person when you wear it in the correct application.
Absolutely. I don't know why anybody doing this type of job, when you have that demanding take or that demanding scene, why you wouldn't want to wear it, why you wouldn't want to protect yourself, and why productions wouldn't want to see more of this to begin with.
Yeah, I agree.
Mark, thank you so much for showing us the ShoulderX today from SuitX.
My pleasure.
An incredible product. We want to know what you think because we're interested in getting more of this on sets. Let us know what you think. And thank you again for watching another True Audio Presents. Mark Criscuolo from SuitX.
Thank you very much.
Take care, everyone.